ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Foxy Plays. It's nice to see you all again. Hope you guys are enjoying my channel. And today's video is one of my first Yap sessions. This Yap session is actually going to talk about one of my creations. And that creation is my greatest achievement. And that is the Kaden team. So this video is just going to be explaining the characters in the Kaden team, why they're in the Kaden team, what the Kaden team is about, and stuff like that. You know, just kind of introduce you to these characters that you see in my videos. So, kick back, relax, grab yourself a piece of Kraken meat, and let's get right into it. Alright, ladies and gents, so first thing we're going to talk about is what the Kaden team is about. So you see, the Kaden team is a group of heroes from across the multiverse that join together with one simple goal in mind, and that is to protect the multiverse from any threats and bring hope, freedom, and balance back to the multiverse. And so, as you can see, the members of the Kaden team are actually characters from other, like, fandoms or stuff like that. Hold on. Sorry. Just had to bless. Anyways, the members of the Kaden team are from different fandoms or different games and stuff. For example, we got Cuphead and Mugman. Those two are from the game Cuphead. And then we got Deafy the Deathclaw. He is a Deathclaw from Fallout. Then we got Mono, who is from Little Nightmares 2. Then we got Keith, Girlfriend, and Pico. They are from Friday Night Funkin'. And we got Comic Kaden. Comic Kaden's actually my own character I created. He's not, but he is inspired by Sonic, though. I will say that. Comic Kaden is kind of inspired by Sonic with some of his personality, a little bit of his design, and his super speed. Okay, so the next part of this video is going to be explaining why these characters are a part of the Kaden team to begin with. So let's start off with Deafy the Deathclaw. Deafy the Deathclaw is a part of the Kaden team because he was basically raised by Comic Kaden. For you see, when Comic Kaden went to the Fallout dimension, he actually found Deafy as a baby Deathclaw in a cave all alone, with his parents gone. And honestly, he felt bad because he didn't want to leave an unborn, like, he didn't want to leave a baby alone in a cave with no one to take care of him. So despite him being a Deathclaw, Comic Kaden decided to take him in and raise him. And over the years, as Deafy grew, Comic Kaden decided to train him, and eventually he was trained to be very powerful and good, and he became a part of the Kaden team. So, simple as that. So, next we got is Cuphead and Mugman. The reason those two are a part of the Kaden team is because it has to do with how the game Cuphead went. For the Cuphead and Mugman defeated the devil, and they defeated Chef Saltbaker. And when Comic Kaden actually found this out about those two characters, he was intrigued because he found it interesting that these two had the powers to shoot bullets from their fingers and managed to defeat the devil and someone else that had some pretty powerful powers. So that intrigued him to get them on the Kaden team's side. You know, they could be useful. And next we got is Mono. For, you see, this version of Mono is a little bit different because we know that in Little Nightmares, it's kind of like a cycle. Like, everything that happens in those games is a part of a whole big cycle that goes on endlessly. But, you see, this version of Mono actually broke the cycle. At some point, he managed to break the cycle once and for all and end the nightmare once and for all. And Comic Kaden found it interesting because he just broke an endless cycle that would have gone on for eternity. And they could probably use something of that knowledge and power to help them against any threats. And next we got is Keith's girlfriend and Pico. Now this one's a more interesting story because it all revolves around the main villain and antagonist of the Kaden Team series, and that is Evil Kaden. For Evil Kaden was actually in the FNF dimension and actually ran into Keith and girlfriend and Pico. But let's just say, just to summarize it, Keith actually challenged him to a rap battle and won. And Evil Kaden was just basically being a sore loser, shall I say. The version of Evil Kaden at that time was not the Evil Kaden we got now. But let's just say what happened between him and Keith would change that. For eventually, just to summarize it, he basically summoned the Hell Army and basically tried to destroy Keith's dimension. But Keith managed to get his hands on some special tools, and one of them was actually the Crucible from Doom. Do not question it, I made this stuff years ago, okay? But anyways, Keith used that Crucible to stab Evil Kaden directly in his left eye and drag the blade down, which basically defeated him, and is what gave him his iconic scar on his left eye. And the Kaden team actually saw this because they went to go and deal with the problem, but found Evil Kaden dead and defeated. And they were interested because they literally just took down the most dangerous threat in the multiverse. So, Comet Kaden gave Keith's girlfriend Pico an option. Either stay in their dimension, live their lives, or they could actually come and join the Kaden team and be a part of the greatest hero team in the multiverse. And after some thinking, they decided to join the Kaden team. Okay, so I think that might be all the time we got for today. So this was just a little yap session, just talking about my creation, the Kaden team. But I will say, there is going to be more yap sessions in the future, talking about more of my creations. So stick tuned. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I shall see you all later. Goodbye.